So your newest book, you have a series with us, and your main character is Freddie, and he is a fly. And in this book, you have Freddie and Friends bugging out. And so that comes out in February. Can you tell us a little bit more about the issue that Freddie and his friends face in this story?
Sure. So this story has Freddie, he's in all the books, but it also introduces Stella, the stink bug, because I also do have a childlike humor, so I do find stink bugs funny. So I enjoyed making that into a character. But basically, they are bugging out over every situation they face. So whether it's a big problem or a small problem, they're reacting the same way. So they have to learn that every reaction and problem has an appropriate reaction by weighing them. So they have to learn that a no big is a light problem because they can solve it, really on their own. It doesn't need adult help. So their reaction needs to match that so that they can move forward and not get stuck.
Yeah, I was just reviewing the book today and thinking about how helpful that is for kids to think about the level of your reaction should match the problem you're having, and I think that's a really good lesson that I need to keep focused in my life too. The no big. I just keep telling myself no big. It's a no big.
I have to do the same. I think it translates to adults too. There's lots of times where something happens and in my head I know it is a no big and I have to go back and take a deep breath and calm down a little bit myself before reacting because we all face that. It's not just a problem for, younger students.
In your series, you have Freddie, who is the main character, and in this book, you have Stella, who's the stink bug. Can you tell us about some of the other characters? Are there any other characters that are consistent throughout your books? And then we'll talk about some of the other books in your series, and you can share with us some of those characters.
Definitely. So I think a lot of the other recurring characters are people like Mrs. Stinger. She is the teacher in the story, as well as Mrs. Monarch, who is kind of like a counselor at the school, which is something that we do see in every kind of elementary school and higher grade. So it's people that kids would be familiar with in their own setting and kind of showing them that they are resources they can go to when they need help with any kind of problem they have. So both of those are definitely big roles as well. The parents are always there because I want kids to know that, you can talk to them. They've experienced these things. They can help you as well through these problems. There's other characters in the book, Freddie's friends. He had Slinky. There's Betsy the Beetle, who also has to overcome her problems as well. So I think there's a lot of different people who kind of make a whole little family.
Yeah, the characters are very adorable, and it's fun to have the I don't know, I'm trying to think of have them be insects and different types of insects and that imagination and giving kids a different kind of perspective to think about things.
It takes it outside of them a little bit, yes, having them be bugs instead of people, and sometimes that can be comfortable and make people more open to talking instead of it having to be, about you.
Exactly, exactly. So thinking about this book, Freddie and Friends Bugging Out, and your other books, when you write them, what are you hoping your young readers can gain from reading your books?
Sure, that's a great question. I definitely hope they can learn that no one is perfect. I think that's a huge message for kid. And touching back on the other characters, I do love that there's always an adult in the book who's experienced the same problem. So the kids can see first off that they're not alone. They other people are experiencing this, they've gone through it, but as well as that it might not be a quick fix. I mean, we see Freddie all the time, he has to really work at it, and it's good to know that it might be something you have to work on for a while. It's not just going to be resolved immediately.
Yeah, that was another thing I was thinking about of where Freddie is always there and very much experiencing in the same similar situations as his friends, and the adults in the book help them work through those issues, and they're not always successful the first time, of where it shows that little bit of having to take a little extra work, and it's okay that if it doesn't work out the first time.
Right, because that mirrors real life. I mean, it's not very often that the first time we do something, it's perfect and we're good to go. We usually do have to work at it for a while.
Yeah.